Hi, my name is Katherine Miceli, and I am filming this yoga practice in collaboration with Warrior Yoga. So, the intention behind this practice is just to move the body in a number of different ways and kind of explore what feels good, leave out the parts that don't, and really listen to the body today in its current state. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. I encourage you to find whatever that is. So if it's a cross-legged position, if it means coming up towards a wall and leaning against the wall, or even coming into a chair, you can do that as well. And then once you've found your comfortable seat, see if we can sit up nice and tall. Eyes can remain open or closed, whatever is more comfortable for us. And just take a moment to notice how we've chosen to place the arms. So maybe give the arms a little bit of a shake and allow the hands to rest somewhere into the lap or down by our sides. And so we're going to allow the breath to be really easy and natural here. Just feeling how the body expands with each inhale and how the body draws in with each exhale. And so taking this time in stillness to notice how we feel today. And so checking in with the body and our mind, our emotional state, all those components, so that we get an accurate and honest depiction of how we're feeling. And then from that place of awareness, just make choices in your practice today that allow you to leave the space feeling better than when you started. So if that means taking pauses or leaving things out or adding in your own variation, allowing yourself and giving yourself the freedom to do that. And we'll take one more round of breath here. And then at the end of that round of breath, we're just going to look to find a little bit more of an active seated position. So if you're leaning up against a wall or up against the back of your chair, and if it's comfortable to do so, just come away from it a little bit so that the spine feels a little longer, shoulders are over our hips. We're going to start with some movement with the arms here. So as we inhale, reach our arms up towards the sky, really lengthen up, feel long down the sides. And then as we exhale, we're going to connect our palms and slide our hands down so that our elbows stop about in line with our shoulders. So your thumbs might be about forehead height. And then we're going to take our arms out so they create this cactus shape. So elbows bent at 90 degrees, open the chest. And then bring our hands back forward to connect. So palms come back in front of the face. Reach our arms up towards the sky. And then once it feels good, release the hands out about shoulder width apart. And then take the arms wide and let them come all the way back down by our sides. So we'll do that a few more times. Maybe nice full inhale, reach arms up, connect your palms once you're ready, and then slide your hands down, stopping with the elbows in line with the shoulders. Take the elbows out, draw your shoulder blades together, open the front of the chest, bring our palms back forward to touch. Keep the palms connected as long as you can as you reach your arms up, and then just release them wide once we reach up to the sky. And then arms go out towards the right and the left as we bring our hands down towards the ground. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Connect our palms, slide them down. Take our elbows out towards the right and the left. Heart is open. And then bring our palms back forward. Reach arms up. Nice full stretch. And then take our arms out towards the right and the left. This time we're going to inhale, reach our arms up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, place our right hand down towards the outside of our hip, and then side body stretch down the left side by reaching left fingertips out and breathing down the left side of the body. And then we're going to come back up, arms reach up towards the sky. Opposite side, left hand down to the ground, right arm reaches up and over. Come back up. We'll do that one more time per side. So reach to the ceiling, coming up to center. Right palm down. Reach over towards the right. Breathe down the left side. Come back up. Last side. And come back up. Once we get here, we're going to twist towards the right. So arms start reaching up. As we twist towards the right, we're going to take our left hand over towards the right leg. So it might land on our knee or our thigh, and then right hand can come down behind you. Maybe gaze over the right shoulder or just look forward, and then breathe into the belly here. And then slowly come back to center, reach both arms back up. And then we'll twist towards the left. So right hand comes onto left leg, left hand behind us. Come back to center, reach our arms up. And then from here, we're going to come to all fours. So you're just looking to come into your table pose. Once you're in your table pose, your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees, and you've got this nice long spine. So crown of our head is reaching forward. We'll take a few rounds of our cat-cow. So let our tailbone lift, let our belly drop, and heart drop forward. And then round the spine. So you're going to tuck your tailbone, draw your chin towards your chest, and then puff your upper back up towards the sky. Move between those two ends of the shape here, just at your own pace. So send our tailbone up, lift our gaze, let our belly get low, and then round our spine. You can keep your eyes closed here if you'd like. Just move at your own pace. Noticing if there are any areas along the spine, through the torso that feel tight or tender today. Just be gentle as we start to move. And last round here. After that next round of your cat-cow, we're going to come into our child's pose. So knees can come a little wider than your hips. Big toes are touching behind us. We're sending our hips back towards our heels, and then arms can reach forward, bringing our forehead down. So if our forehead doesn't quite rest down onto the ground, you're going to stack your forearms and rest your forehead down onto the forearms. You can always let your hips lift up away from your heels if that feels better for the knees or the hips or the feet. Really allow this shape to feel good in the body. So whatever modifications you need to take. And then we're going to lift back up into our table. Once we get there, we're going to send our right foot up towards the sky. So you're going to keep your right knee bent at 90 degrees. Press your right heel up towards the ceiling. Keep the spine nice and long. And then round our spine and draw our knee towards our chest. So right foot presses up. And then spine rounds, knee draws in towards our heart. Let's take a couple more rounds here. And then next time your right foot presses up, you're going to step your right foot forward and land it towards the outside of your right hand. So you're going to kind of wiggle it forward so it lands near the pinky finger side of your right hand. If your hands are feeling like the ground is a little far away and you have something to bring them up onto, whether it's cushions or blocks or books, feel free to do that here. And then we're going to straighten the front leg out just any amount to find a stretch. So that right knee can stay as bent as you'd like. Keep the spine long, heart draws forward. Right toes draw in towards the shin. And then bend our right knee, walk our hands back forward so they come towards the inside of the right foot. Let your left hand stay to the ground, and then let's reach our right arm up towards the sky, twisting open to the right. Place your right hand down. Step your right knee back into table and then reset. So opposite side, left heel presses up. Round the spine and draw your left knee in towards your chest. So just moving at your own rhythm here and your own pace. And then next time that left foot presses up behind us, that'll be our last time. And from there, left foot steps up towards the outside of our left hand. Just kind of wiggle it to that place. Stay on your hands or your fingertips or elevate your hands as we talked about on the first side. And then we'll straighten the left leg out just any amount for that stretch. And then bend back into our left knee, come back into our lunge. So hands come towards the inside of that left foot. Left knee is bent over the ankle, right palm stays down, and then left arm reaches up towards the sky. And then left hand down, left knee back to right. From here, we're going to find our downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck your toes under, send your hips back towards your heels, and palms are planted about shoulder width apart or maybe a little wider. And then lift our knees, send our hips up and back. So we'll take a few breaths here. You can bend one knee and then the other. Move around in a way that feels good. If having the knees lifted is feeling like a bit much in the body today, I invite you to bring your knees down and then just walk your hands forward so you're in your puppy pose here. So just a bit of a modification for that down dog. And then you're going to take your gaze up towards your hands and take as many steps forward as you need to come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. So once you're in that forward fold, feet are about hip width apart, bend your knees as much as you'd like, and let your upper body round forward. From here, we're going to create what's called a halfway lift. So your fingertips will come up to your shins or your thighs. Nice long spine here, crown of our head reaches forward. And then forward fold back down towards the legs. So again, knees can be generously bent, round forward. 2 more of those, halfway lift. And then forward fold. Last time, lift halfway up. Forward fold down towards the legs. We're going to come to stand. So press strongly down through your feet. Rise as slowly as you'd like. Let your arms reach up towards the sky. And then connect your hands and bring them down to heart center. So next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, come into that forward fold. So you're just going to hinge forward from your hips, fold towards your legs. Create that halfway lift again, so nice long spine. And then you'll bend your knees enough to bring your hands down. So if the ground is far away, bring them onto an elevated surface. You could even bring them up onto a chair. Your right foot is going to stay where it is. Left foot is going to take a big step back. Place the ball of that left foot down, and then place your left knee down. Low lunge, arms reach up towards the sky. So shoulders over hips, lengthen through the sides of the body here. And then hands are going to come down to frame your right foot this time. Half splits, right leg straightens, send your hips towards that left heel. Draw your heart forward. Come forward into your lunge, so right knee bends, hands walk forward. Left hand stays to the ground. Twist open towards the right. So you can keep that back knee down or tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up. And then bring your right hand down, downward facing dog. Right foot steps back to meet our left, sorry. And then either stay here with the knees lifted or soften your knees down for a couple breaths. And then we're going to look up towards our hands. Step our feet forward. Take as many little steps up to our hands as we'd like. And then halfway lift. And then forward fold. Come to stand. Press down into your feet. Rise up, reach our arms up. And then bring hands down to heart center. Next inhale, arms reach all the way up towards the sky. And then forward fold. Halfway lift. Just like before, bend your knees enough to soften your fingertips down. Left foot stays grounded. Right foot takes that big step back. Bring the right knee down. And then float our arms up. Take a couple breaths here in your low lunge. And then hands will come down to frame our left foot. Half split, straighten the left leg out. Send our hips towards our right heel. Just search for that gentle stretch down the back of the left leg. Bend our left knee, walk our hands forward. Once we get back into this lunge, right hand to the ground, left hand up towards the sky. Maybe your back knee stays to the mat, or you tuck your back toes and lift up that back knee. And then plant your left hand down, downward facing dog. So if you haven't already, pick up that back knee and then step our left foot back to meet our right. Last little bit of standing work. We're going to step up towards our hands. Find your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to stand. Reach our arms up. And then bring our hands down to heart center. So we're going to bring our hands onto our hips. Right foot is planted. Option 1 here, you're going to place the ball of your left foot behind you and just play a little bit with starting to lean forward with the upper body. You can keep a little bit of a bend into the right knee. Option 2 is starting to explore entering your warrior 3. If balance is a little off, take yourself to a wall or a chair and bring your hands onto that for balance. Otherwise, we're going to start to tip forward a little bit more. Create this nice long line from the crown of our head to our back heel. So if it means that we stop here, that's totally fine. Draw our shoulder blades together. And then we're going to step back into our crescent lunge. So right knee bends and place the ball of your left foot towards the back of your mat. Bend your right knee and reach our arms up. We'll take one more breath here. Bring your hands down. Easy twist. So back knee can stay lifted or bring it to the mat. Left hand stays to the ground. Twist open to the right, right arm up to the sky. Downward dog, right palm down. Right foot back. You always have your option to take a pause with your knees to the mat. Once we're ready, we're going to step up towards the top of our mat for our forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up to stand, reach all the way to the sky. Bring your hands down to heart center. We'll bring our hands back onto our hips. Left foot is firmly planted. Maybe ball of the right foot steps back and we play with just teeter-tottering a little bit here. So we might lift the back toes a little bit. Or start to tip forward. Press your right heel out behind you. Stand strong on that left foot, so press into the left foot. And then we're going to meet in our lunge, so left knee bends. Place your right foot back, kind of wiggle the ball of your right foot back, and then let your arms reach up. And then let's take our hands down to the mat. Back knee either stays lifted or bring it down. Right palm to the mat, left arm floats up towards the sky. This time we're going to bring that back knee down. Place our left hand down and then step our left knee back to meet our right, finding child's pose again. So just coming into stillness, noticing how we're feeling after the standing work. And then coming into a comfortable seated position. Once we're in that comfortable seat, so again, you can lean up against a wall, place something behind you. You can also sit up on some cushions here. And then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together and let our knees fall open. So give yourself a bit of space, let your feet be away from you as opposed to pulling them really close towards you. And then we're going to draw the heart forward, create this nice long spine. And then forward fold. So option to stay here nice and high. Or forward fold and round the upper body down towards the legs. Then we'll make our way back up to seated. Bring our knees in and then come down onto our backs. So I'd invite you to keep your knees bent for the first few moments here, and then just roll down the spine, lower all the way down onto the back. Take a moment, just like we did at the beginning, to notice how you're feeling here. Find that nice, easy rhythm of the breath again. And so we're going to draw our knees in towards our chest for a moment. So you can take your hands onto your knees or your shins and just kind of rock around a little bit. And then both hands are going to come onto our right knee or right thigh, just whatever is feeling available. And then straighten our left leg long onto the ground. So if having that left leg straightened out and heavy onto the mat isn't feeling great, bend the knee and place your left foot down. So we're hugging our right knee in and pressing our left leg away from us. If your left leg is straightened long, you're going to bend your left knee, place your left foot down, and we're creating a figure four with the right leg. So you're going to take your right ankle onto the top of your left thigh, just above your knee. And you're trying to press your right knee away from you here as you draw your right toes towards your shins. You're kind of searching for a stretch for that right hip. You can stay here, or you can pick your left foot up, maybe reach down, interlace your hands around your thigh. Just let the back of your head and your shoulders be heavy. And then we're going to place our left foot down if it's lifted and cross our right ankle and just draw both knees back towards the chest. Hands will come onto the left leg and then straighten our right leg long. So we can bend the right knee if that feels like a better option here. Hug our left knee towards our shoulder. And then bend the right knee, place our right foot to the mat. Left ankle comes onto the top of our right thigh. Either stay here and find that stretch for the left hip, or draw your right thigh closer to you and interlace your hands behind the back of the leg. And then take your time to slowly come out of this and place both feet down. So we're going to come into stillness for a few moments at the end of the practice. You might stay here with both knees bent and your feet planted. You might lengthen your legs long if you prefer rolling onto one side or coming up to seated, just anything that allows you to easily find stillness, be comfortable, feel supported. Maybe we close the eyes or just let them focus on something around us. And just seeing if we can bring more softness into the body. Gifting ourselves with these last moments of the practice. So I'm going to finish the practice here. I encourage you, if you have more time, to be here in stillness as long as your body is calling you to do so. And when it is time to close off your practice, just be really gentle and intentional with how you come out of it. So give yourself time to come back to movement. It was an honor to practice with you today. Again, my name is Katherine Miceli, here in collaboration with Warrior Yoga, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.